Okay, so I'm gonna keep this chill, cause the last video I tried to shoot, I went totally off the rails about those pathetic sky Nazis known as American Airlines, and their ridiculously over the top capitalistic Nazi socialistic NSBM beliefs as they took over the greatest airline of all, TWA, and fucked over all the employees they took over from 8 different national and regional airlines. Uh, this is whatever. Fuck it. I'm already done. Days picks number 47. Grateful Dead live, December 9th, 1979. This is number 9433 of 25,000. From the Kiel Auditorium in St. Louis, Missouri. The Kiel Auditorium still exists today, but it's called Stifel Theatre, or Stifel Theatre, and only about a third of it exists. So the front facade and parts of the seating were renovated for the new age. So this Stiefel Kiel Auditorium was torn down in 1992. Now, what remained, besides the facade, was incorporated into what became the Savvis Center, then the Enterprise Center, and which is today, oh no, Scott Trade Center, which is the Enterprise Center, for the St. Louis Blues. And yeah, so the original Kiel Auditorium held about 8,000 people. Here's the full thing with it's in cardinal red for the St. Louis Cardinals, because as much as I like the Browns, no one gives a shit about the Browns, but there's still some brown in the backing artwork as well, just to make sure you're all covered. So, after 93, this floor plan of the Kiel Auditorium, 70% of it was demolished. And 70% of it got brought into the current Enterprise Center. Now, what remains, that last 1/4, or about 2,000 seats, not even, it's like 1,500 seats, was renovated with the front facade and joins up with the Enterprise Center to, cover the new Stiefel Center, Stiefel Auditorium, whatever they want to call it. But most of the main shows for the Grateful Dead and every major band that came through, it didn't even go through the Kiel Stadium or the Kiel Arena. It went through the Kiel Auditorium. So, if you've seen Alice Cooper, if you've seen Bob Dylan, and a whole host of acts in the last 15 years, you've been to this venue. It's just that losers bogged it down and made it smaller. The Dead in the 70s, 80s didn't give a shit about hockey arenas. This predates the hockey arena that's there now. But if you go to that Greco-Roman looking facade that's attached to where the Blues play, you're gonna go to the venue that the Dead played at. The thing is, It's just 3/4 have been cut down and turned into a bigger hockey arena since then. Since 1992. It is what it is. But every show I've seen at the Stiefel Theater, what's left of the Kiel Auditorium, has been magical. You can't replace the architecture, the gothic, the romantic aspects of the place you're going to. And The Dead here in 1979, December 9th, reminds you that in the 70s, the number 2 home of the Dead, number 1 was San Fran, obviously San Fran, but number 2 was not Chicago. The number 2 home of the Dead in the 70s was St. Louis. And Dave's Picks number 57 reminds you of just why that is. Because you get here and you get 5 of the 9 Go to Heaven tracks. Not that even Go to Heaven had been done in the studio at this point. This is still 3 months ahead of them entering the studio. But you get Alabama Getaway. You've got Easy to Love You from Brett Midland, and he had just joined the band, and he only been playing live about 4 months. Then you've got Lost Sailor into Saint of Circumstance. You got Don't Ease Me In, which is a cover. Rearranged by Jerry Garcia. Yeah, you add that into the 81, 82 tracks that I've gone over in the last week or so. I've easily got 7 of the 9 tracks that are on Go to Heaven here, and all these live versions, even the ones after Go to Heaven came out, blow the album away. And honestly, this December 79 show is 12 times better than every single Dick's Picks, Dave's Picks, and every box set that covers 80 to 83. And you get that in one show that lasts 3 hours. Then you get a half-hour bonus added from the Uptown Theatre, Chicago, Illinois, 12479, which was on a way earlier Dave's Picks as bonus cuts because they did 12379. I think it was Dave's Picks 21. Maybe it was 16. It comes and goes. Where you get Space to Not Fade Away, to Stella Blue as the set 2 3/4 Jerry ballad, to Sugar Magnolia and U.S. Blues. But this, I don't care much for Go to Heaven. I still don't own that album. That's the only Dead album I don't own besides Still Your Face and Without a Net. Oh, and the 92 to 93 archive of live tracks, Ready or Not, which covers the songs they were going to do for a new studio album in 94, 95. But you listen to this 79 show here in December, and Brent Midland has still got his Michael McDonald falsetto upper register to do Easy to Love You. Everyone put it down, but this band is in top shape. It's like they were so happy that Donna and Keith Gotcho left that they immediately took off. And it shows here. Everybody's tight. Even on Good Lovin', when Bobby Weir decides to remind you that Good Lovin' is a cheap-ass, pathetic knockoff of Turn On Your Love Light, which Pigpen used to sing. I mean, musically, it's the same chords, it's the same riffs, it's the same drum pattern. Turn On Your Love Light's the original Good Lovin', but Good Lovin' made more money. Thankfully, Bob Weir is smart enough to sit there, acknowledge it, and then lyrically start singing, "Come on, baby, turn on your love light," while the rest of the band is going, "Give me good lovin', woo-hoo, good love. Come on, baby, turn on your love light." Yeah, that I popped when I heard Bob Weir do that, because that's the truth. That's the part that 90% of deadheads don't know, because they're pathetic losers who don't listen. Pick up an album. Pay attention. Whatever. So disc 1, we got Alabama Getaway into Promised Land. We got some old classics, Brown Eyed Women, Cassidy, Row Jimmy Row, New Minglewood Blues, and the Candyman. Mr. Jensen, if I have me a shotgun, I blow you straight to hell. A tight Lazy Lightning to Supplication. And of course, this one closes with Deal. And as I said before, what's fun about Deal is it's the A side, when Loser's the B side. And the guy goes to make those deals and he's just a loser. He can't get anything to go for him. You go to disc 2, the meatiest, funkiest Shakedown Street I've ever heard at 14 minutes. Right into, "If I don't get my way, I will tear this whole building down," Samson said to Delilah. Bob's on fire here. The ballad High Time from Working Man's Dead. Easy to Love You, which would end up on Go to Heaven. Brent sounds incredible here. He's not all the way on the cigarettes, the alcohol, and the heroin. His voice is very, what the critics called Michael McDonald, and Buried Go to Heaven on. I'd also think that Brent sounds like the original singer of the Doobie Brothers. He's also the bass player. And both the original singer and Michael are on the newest Doobie album, which is easily a top 5 album. Get off your ass if you don't know it, or you're a pathetic loser stuck to one singer over another because you a bitch. Yeah, I said it. Fuck you, cunt-ass bitch. So you get an amazing Terrapin Station, 14 minutes, into Lost Sailor, into Saint of Circumstance, into The Jam, drums, and then space going to disc 3. And what makes this incredible is, on average, you got 4, 5, or 6, largely 5 tracks, before you got drums and space for the second set. You get 8 tracks here. So again, reminding you why the Dead saw St. Louis as the hub it was. They're putting extra tracks and extra empathy, extra emphasis into what they're doing across this album, across this performance, I should say. You forget album, but as an album, it holds higher standards than a third of the box set tracks and shows I've listened to. Then you go to disc 3 after space, you got Black Peter for 11 minutes. Bob doing a raucous I Need a Miracle. A high octane Bertha. And there's Good Lovin', like I talked about, with Bob doing the right thing and bringing in Turn On Your Love Light. And it ends with Don't Ease Me In, which would end up on Go to Heaven. So, one of the absolute best Dave's Picks, bootlegs, however you want to look at it. But Volume 47 from the Kiel Auditorium, July 9th, 1979. This is one of the absolute best Dead sets I've ever heard. And seriously, I own 5 box sets. This clears most of them. Maybe 2 of the 5 shows or 4 shows in the Get Shown the Light May 5th to May 9th, 77 clear this. But this holds way more prominence. Over 98% of it. And we all spend the money. We spend about $2,000 to get all those sets. And meanwhile, this little $30 thing blows most of them away. 95% of the way. So we're fucking pathetic as collectors. And most of us need to open our ears and our minds. Because obviously we're missing out. And maybe we're being prejudiced by the time period. Oh, it's got to be 1977, so it's the greatest. This pre-Go to Heaven studio listing, this blows away most of anything from 76, 77, 78. And this is coming from a guy who owns April 78 and is about to own July 78. This is better. I wish I had bought this instead of April 78 because I enjoy this more on so many more levels to a full extent than the 8 shows I got on the April 78 box set. So, but I'm open-minded. I'm not a pathetic fucking loser of a fan. This is the way I look at things. You have to be progressive. You can't listen to David Bowie, Pink Floyd, King Crimson, Camel. Yes. Frank Zappa. You can't listen to those and come to the Grateful Dead and say, and the Gentle Giant. You can't listen to those and those bootlegs and say, oh, it has to be this way or the other. No, you're too close-minded. Maybe you need to rethink whether you're a fan and maybe to fuck off. Because you're a pissant. And grow up. Maybe expand your mind, you loser. So, because so far, 79 to 81 Dead is way on par with 76 to 78 Dead. If not better at times, because they're not going over the top and stretching it too far for credulity. But that's my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. Not bloody likely, you fucking cunts. But try it. See what you find. I think you're going to agree with me more so in the end when all is said and done. So, hit like. Hit that subscribe button if you want to. Or if you want to tell me to fuck off in the comments. It's all good. I give no shits because we're all dead in the ground when all is said and done. So, see you next time. Peace out. And fuck off.